Hey guys, I'm Dustin. We're back again here at Luther Ford, and we have a really exciting vehicle for you guys today. This is Ford's new 2021 Mach-1 Mustang that they just brought back after all these years. This vehicle is coming out to replace the Shelby GT350. So in terms of price, performance, and power, this car is going to be in between the Mustang GT and the Mustang GT 500. So let's take a look at this car, show you guys the engine, show you guys some of the features on the inside and outside. We'll show you some of the optional equipment that this specific model has in it. So let's take a look. All right guys, let's talk about what's under the hood of this new 2021 Mach-1 Mustang. The engine in this is a 5.0 liter V8 that puts out a whopping 480 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. Now, another interesting fact about this car is the transmission is the exact same six-speed manual from the Shelby GT350. And now we're going to give you a little clip about what it sounds like.
Hi, it's Tim again. I'm just going to go over some brief features on the outside of this Mach-1 Premium Edition. Now, the one thing you'll notice that makes it instant is the Mach-1 badging. You have it on both sides, in the stripes, everything. And this particular one is the Mach-1 Premium, which is why you get the fighter jet gray with this black and orange striping, which will go from the front and on the sides as well. And when we get to the interior, you'll see where the orange accent is on the interior as well. Some other features you can see starting right where I'm at. We have our 19-inch magnetically painted aluminum wheels, which if you look behind, you'll see the orange Brembo calipers, which are a 6-cylinder caliper. And one other feature you'll notice on this one, you'll see the lug nuts, the one with the weird shape. It's part of the new safety locking system. So without the special tool, those aren't coming off. Now we'll walk around to the front. Like I said, if you're looking straight on, you'll see the Mach-1 stripe. Mach-1 imprinted on it. Then you have, this is the first, in the front here you have your unique fascia, which also in the rear you'll have a unique fascia in the rear as well. But on the front you have your all LED lights and turn signals, as well as LED fog lights. Now as we walk around, as you gotta sit on the other side, you'll see additional Mach-1 badging and the stripe. Then when we come to the back, you'll see your little wing and spoiler with additional Mach-1 badging. And like I said, as in the front, you have unique fascia in the rear. But on this one, you'll see the dual exhaust, which gives you 4 exhaust tips, which has a 4.5-inch chrome tip on each exhaust. Then another thing, you have your LED rear tail lights and turn signals. And when you turn on your turn signal, they will light sequentially. Like boom, 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 to let people know you're turning and such. And that's just some of the features here on the outside. Now what we'll do is go inside and take a more in-depth about the interior and features on the inside. We're good.
All right guys, what's up? Now that we're inside of the Mach-1 Mustang, let's take a look at the inside. So as you can see, it's pretty similar to your standard Mustang EcoBoost, Mustang GT, any of the newer Mustangs. Most of them are designed pretty similar inside. Some of the main differences you are going to notice is a unique Mach-1 badging up here, and then you're also going to notice the signature black and orange trim on the seats, which is a special part of the package just in this Mach-1 Mustang Premium. Now, as for the features inside here, one of the first things you're going to notice is all these switches down here. So what these switches do is the first one is your drive mode. If you flick this switch and you look up here on the screen, you'll see the car switch between track mode, drag strip, snow and wet, normal. You also have Sport Plus. Basically all those drive modes do is, depending on what kind of conditions you're driving in, if it's a nice day, you feel like ripping on the roads really hard, you put it in Sport Plus or track mode, it's going to give your engine some extra power, and it's going to give you some different things to play around with, such as changing the traction control, changing the differential power to the wheels, things like that. If it's a rainy day out and you're worried about, just going a little slower and not slipping on the wet roads, you can put it in snow and wet mode. So depending on, how much fun you feel like having, what kind of conditions you're driving in, definitely nice. You can switch between the drive modes. And then the next switch you'll notice is a picture of a steering wheel. And all that does is basically when you toggle it, it's going to cycle between comfort mode, normal mode, and sport mode, and all that does is change the tightness on the steering wheel. If you have it in sport mode, the steering is going to be tighter. Normal is going to be a good balance between the two, and then comfort, you're going to have looser steering. It's just a little more comfortable to drive. Then over here you have your button for your traction control. You can turn your traction control on and off if you want. You have your hazard lights, and then obviously your push to start. Now this one's pretty loaded, so you have your added in air conditioned and heated seats. You have all of your temperature controls here, air conditioning, heating, everything like that. Also have your volume, your tune, your music controls, and pretty much everything that we just went over you can also do on the touchscreen. It's Ford standard sync system, so you have your audio tab. You just pick which source your music's coming from. You have your climate controls for inside if you want your heater air conditioning on. Also phone controls if you want to set up Bluetooth. This particular Mustang is equipped with navigation, so you have your navigation tab here. You also have your different apps you can use, like this one doesn't have them on here now, but you can get like Pandora, Waze, Spotify, things like that on here. And you have your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto as well. And then over here, you just have all your basic settings that you're normally going to see over in the settings tab. Sound, apps, clock settings, things like that. Most of the normal stuff you see over in settings. Now if you come over here to the steering wheel, a lot of it's normal. As you're going to see, you have your standard volume controls, your cruise control, music controls, things like that. But what's cool now about the Mustang is if you hit this little pony logo right here, you're going to get some different options that come up on the screen. One of the coolest things I'll show you first is the exhaust mode. You can actually change the volume of the exhaust on this Mustang. So if you want it to be a little quieter, you can switch it to quiet. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear it right now, but you can see it doesn't make that much noise. Now if I go down here to say sport mode, you can see it's a lot louder. So, you know, if it's late at night and you don't want to make much noise, you can turn it down quieter. If you're just out on some back roads having some fun, you want to hear your car, you can turn it up louder. So it's definitely a nice little feature. There's also some different things in here you can look at. As far as if you're taking the car on a track, there's different kinds of track mode settings, drag mode settings you can put on here. So definitely a lot of cool features they've added to this car. It's definitely a car that's meant to be taken on the track and had some fun with. All right, so another cool feature is you have these two gauges up here. You have your oil pressure and then you have your vacuum gauge. And if you also look down here, you have a USB port. So if you want to plug your phone in, connect to Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, charge your phone, you have that option as well. You also have your 12-volt outlet right there. So as far as the Mustang Mach-1 goes, a lot of the features inside look the same as your regular Mustang, but there's a lot of nice luxury and comfort features in here, a lot of nice track features if you're going to take this car on the track and have some fun with it. Definitely a very cool vehicle. Hopefully going over the inside has given you guys some insight on how this car differs from the GT. So if you're thinking about buying one, you know a little bit about what you're getting into now. And hope you guys have learned something today and hope you guys like the Mustang Mach-1. Thanks for sticking with us.